Oh, Nyx, you're looking well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest. If you came hoping for tidings from Krill, I'm afraid we're still waiting. But we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place, but the Alliance has the situation well in hand, thanks in no small part to Hurry, Boulder, and the others. Meanwhile, talks with the beast traps are going even better than expected. Encouraged by all the progress with the Amalja, Ridani has appointed Gridania has opened negotiations with the XIV, believe it or not. All of which is obviously very encouraging, but with the Telephoroi still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is due to be held in Alamiga, and your attendance is humbly requested. I mean, technically, Robin? But I don't think that... He had an axe. That didn't sound like an axe. Your deck cliffhanger made me think so much about this, because I just was like, yeah, okay, he took a weapon, whatever. Just good luck with that. We were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intentions is to share news of recent developments and discuss what measure might be taken to the combat to Telephoroi. In concern for our new allies, the beast traps have also been invited. It is hoped that they will join us in the fight against our common foe. So, the Alliance will bring all of the beast traps into the fold at a single stroke. An ambitious plan, given the delicacy of the negotiations, but mayhaps an expedition one, considering the threat we face. Indeed, my lady. And for their part, I'm told the beast traps have agreed to attend. If the Scions too are present, all of Eorzea will be represented. Sure, let's go to the party! To arrange such a meeting must have been quite an undertaking, not only diplomatically, but practically. For I inform the Alliance that we would be honored to participate. We shall make for Alamiga without delay. Then I will bear your answer thither with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace. We could also just like go with you. But sure, I guess, we're not. That would be too easy. Well, none of you accepted the invitation. Who exactly is going to attend? I moved up to you initially to lead our contingent. Given how long you have worked and summoning, it is only right that you be present for what promises to be a historical moment. I think we all played our part in that little endeavor, don't you, Nyx? All present may rightly claim a seat, I do quite agree, but by your leave, I believe I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to coordinate our defensive efforts. I'm not coming either. Imeric will be there, and I'd rather not be interrogated. Point? Very well, then. While Joseph and mine to hold the fort get on with holding it, I suggest the rest of us make for Alamiga, shall we? Let's go there, I guess. Totoro was like, bye-bye, guys. I'm gonna keep here, where it's safe. I'm just gonna take care of everything here. She's so adorable. To Alamiga we go. Let me say hello. So, let me be a nice person. We need to fly all the way over here. Maybe not get hit by the buildings. I said maybe not get hit by the buildings. Talk talk to this guy. We have been expecting you. While some few guests have yet to arrive, the Alliance leaders are all present. Shall I show you in? Oh, is it the weapon of the guy who Alfina was friends with? Look, are we all just sitting there like, yes, Mom. I know, Mom. Ian is here!
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would! Ah! Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are!
And they
With
remove
rivers of
these
blood
guys.
shall they pay! Freed our people must be!
I have no memories of these guys.
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
You can't.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by
Hi,
now.
Sword. How you
Remember,
doing?
we came here to find a solution
Not
together,
gonna
did
just
we
be
not?
like, let's just bomb them away. Who cares?
Y'Stola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome.
Installing Elsewhere. Oh, I did play that, I think, for a while. Really long ago. You mean you need like an external hard drive for the size of it?
I beg your pardon?
Armor is just like, excuse you?
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus. A little pretty without gills, perhaps? Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest.
Yeah, but like you
Lisa
need more
Hagen
space, is what
will
you're
play our
saying.
part.
Because like, the HDD will make it slower.
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the
'Cause I'm not
Overdwellers committed against us
Sure,
in the
what you're
past.
trying. Yeah, space. Okay, yeah.
But today we look to the future as allies united in purpose.
But didn't you just get a new PC? Wasn't that you? Was it someone else? I think that was you who just got a new PC. Did you not get enough space in it?
Make mock of the Ixal the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets! pits brother against brother. Free them from his grasp, we shall.
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
I still can't get over it how this looks like a unicorn. I know I said that back then, I'm saying it again. It's a turned around unicorn.
We accept, we accept!
Praise me!
You didn't even get a terabyte? Yeah, of course. That's like nothing of space.
It's taken a while. I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals.
My
What that
HDD is
Minfilia
4
were here to see
terabytes
it.
and my SSD is 2 terabytes. And I still have an external one. Couldn't be me. I could live with that.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, your girl needs a lot of space.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern.
Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention to what they were discussing, but I think they're all on our side now because they all hate the Gallians
But
and they want the
experience
people
has
back.
taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A
Don't buy
promising
that cable,
proposal.
I need that, please.
While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them.
What was that? Bye.
To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We Amalja would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
Like these bird people. I don't know when we met these here. They look really funny.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
Sure. I can name whatever you want. I would call it the Grand Company of Eorzea. I would call it... Let me think about this. You put me out onto the
Might I
spot.
suggest the Grand Company of Eorzea?
Oh my god, Alyssa.
I remember a certain someone pondering it once upon a time, and it seems as fitting a name as any.
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
We did it! Peace! Don't worry, look, all good. Oh, look at the baby. Look at him crying. Oh no. Honey.
How long have we dreamed of this moment?
I don't
And now that it's here,
Because I don't remember.
Forgive me. Might we speak outside?
Sure we can. I am so not properly dressed for this. Well, now that we are out of our e-shirts of the other delegates, I hope you will forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed of this day since the moment I first set foot upon these shores, and that I was as heartened as anyone to see the peoples of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet, even as they uttered their declarations, all I could think about was the conflict to come, of the sacrifices that would be made, and the lives lost, inevitables that I still struggle to accept. But at least now there is hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step. The first of many. Many and more. Elder Seetzer, how may we be of service? I seek Master Alfino's assistance in a matter of involving Redania's neighbors, the Sylphs. Okay. I know that you and yours have long kept a better eye upon the crystal trade, the better to predict the coming of primals, and so you will be familiar with the Sylphs of the Ashcrown Consortium. Through their dealings, they have cultivated relationships, not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes. And just so, it is our hope that we may take use of the Sylphs' established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of our new fellowship. Yet, there remain certain practical differences between a trade consortium and the Grand Company. If the Sylphs are to perform their task effectively, they will require the counsel of one versed in the operational aspects of an armed force. An armed force funded by the self-same goal in mind, no less. The Crystal Braves, yes. Forgive me, Master Alfino. I know that it was a painful chapter in your life, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. In my hubris, I plotted a course for the Crystal Braves which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception. One intended to pave the way for the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. But my plans all came to naught, built up on a frail foundation of lofty ideals. The Order was doomed from the first to collapse, under the weight of more worldly interests. And I have no wish to see these new endeavors suffer the same fate. Mayhap I ask too much of you. Not at all. You may count upon my assistance for what little it is worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report, including a list of recommendations drawing on the lessons I learned from the failure of the Crystal Braves. You have my gratitude, Master Alfino, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray share directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and the earnest efforts of every godly soul gathered here this day, I have no doubt but that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of the Telephorium flourish. Until next we meet, my friends. Until next we meet. I know what do... Depends on, I know a lot of things. What exactly do you want to know, or if I know it? Before committing anything to writing, there are numbers of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former Braves, you understand. Would you join me in seeking them out? Because if you have to ask, of course I'm coming. Thank you. As someone who witnessed the Order's rise and fall, you also be a reassuring presence. I'll join you. If you're planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades, it will be a lot quicker if we share the task of questioning them. And Isina... Was that the blonde girl? Because I don't like her. But I don't like her mean. I don't care for her. She's the one I care less out of the Eorzean leaders. The Mayhap Grok can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account of the day's events. Do you want dinner? It's a bit very early for dinner. Wait another hour. Should be glad of your company, Gra. I shall explain the details on the way. I'm eating my own hair as my dinner. So what's the plan, brother mine? Before discussing the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I proposed is largely written. Why do you already have a written report, sweetie? Not long after that fateful day in Ulder, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history, from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. This I did primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might later be referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. Honey. Baby! What is it with you today? And while I made every attempt to the objective, the account was mine alone. Its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can it answer what seems to be the crucial question. Namely, why, after the Crystal Brace disbanded, some members choose to remain within us while others did not. I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the ties that bind our new grand company together, and that this knowledge might help us prevent it from falling apart when those bonds are inevitably tested. That is my hope, yes. But the question I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As the former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandoned the cause would welcome my inquiries. And Gra and I would just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who kept the faith. A fine suggestion. Of care, however, certain of my former comrades are of questionable character, so keep your wits about you and let us recover in Gridania later on. Honey, what are we doing? You can't sit on my mouse because I need my mouse. Yes. If you have no objections, I've a mind to begin by speaking of Rio and Alian. If memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at Classroom Orient. Let us seek them out here. It's a weird end for Shadowbringers. I guess it's paving the path for like Endwalker, but I'm a bit confused right now. My cats would not survive outside. They wouldn't. They would not eat a mice. Oh god, I'm so sorry. Well, like who it is? What brings you two here? Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? In a manner of speaking, I've been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. Yeah, just explain everything. Look at him. Look at the babe. Do I let them outside? No. I am living in a main city and there are a lot of cars here. I do not let them outside. They are house cats. And they also don't want to go outside. Like, Aaron is just like, Mom, what the fuck is this? And I tried to like walk with him because he was an outdoor cat before he came to me. He doesn't like that, so I'm not doing it. So you want to know why we decided to stick with the science, huh? Ain't an easy thing to put into words, that. As Rio will attest, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. But joining the Science, I hope to redeem myself. I will continue to serve the cause for as long as I am able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we were finally reunited at the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that had happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away, but when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but try to repay it? Nothing, that's what. As for me own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions have something in common with me old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That was our creed, and I still strive to live by it to this day. But as time goes on, I've learned that strength comes in many shapes and sizes. From Hoary Boulder to Mr. Tataru, we've all of us got something to offer. And not one of us is doing it for personal gain, because we believe there's more important things than that, things we protect them, which we have been amongst Scions all about. I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. Oh, he's coming from a village too. Baby boy was coming from a village, but he was never a big outside cat anyways, and he doesn't really care, so I think he's happy to be inside where it's warm and not wet. Forgive me. Nix, could you take over? Sure. Give us your thoughts on the Crystal Brace. What do you think the Crystal... Yeah, why do you think they ended on failure? Well, it's fun and ideals were something to be proud of, but ideas alone don't make a crew. Probably swept who signed up with good intentions. There was another who was only in it for the coin, the glory, or both. Ours was quite a disparate band, and while I will never forgive Ilbert, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large part of his efforts. Today, reading hard. Just a pity he was doing it for all the wrong reasons, huh? Only takes one bad apple, they say, and the Brace had a breath full of them. Not like the Scions. We might look like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down, we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Because the thought has sifted out all the glory. Hunters for they made it through the door. I see. So while our ranks comprise a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are all united in purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. Okay, it's getting a bit too warm in here now. So I gotta turn that off again. Let's complete this. Honey, you're too early for dinner. No.